She thought I'd be gone all weekend, but I came home early and exposed everything. I wasn't supposed to be home until Sunday. That was the point of the trip. 3 days off the grid, no emails, no texts, no distractions. Just me, a few old buddies, and a quiet fishing cabin in northern Oregon. But on Friday morning, a freak storm warning shut the whole thing down. Roads were flooding, winds kicked up to 60. By noon, I packed up and started the 5-hour drive back south. It was close to 9:30 p.m. when I pulled into the driveway. The neighborhood was calm, porch lights flickering, cicadas buzzing in the dark. Our house looked normal. Too normal. Except the back patio lights were on, and I could hear music drifting in the air. Not the kind Leah usually played. This was bass-heavy, club-like. Something was off. I didn't walk through the front door. I went around the side gate, slowly, careful not to make noise. And when I turned the corner, there they were. Leah, in the hot tub, with her business partner, Travis Emery, shirtless, drink in hand, leaning in way too close. She saw me first. No gasp, no panic. Just stared. The trip ended early, she said like she was commenting on the weather. Travis turned his head, lazy grin on his face. Hey man, chill out. We're just catching up. I didn't move.
Yeah.
I can see that. Leah stood up and wrapped a towel around herself like nothing was wrong. Don't do this, Derek. We both knew this was coming. How long? She didn't even hesitate. About a year. I let the silence hang. Travis stood up too, chest puffed, trying to look intimidating. Maybe take a walk, tough guy. Cool off before someone does something dumb. You threatening me? He smirked. Not yet. I clenched my fists. Hard. But I didn't swing. 10 years in military intelligence taught me better. You don't fight when you're angry. You observe. You gather. You strike later, when it counts. I looked at Leah. You planned this. You waited for me to be gone. She didn't answer. So I left. Calm steps to the truck. No shouting. No slamming doors. Let them think they'd broken me. They hadn't. I was already playing the long game. I didn't sleep that night. Just sat in my home office, beer in hand, lights off, staring at the screens. We had a security system with cloud backup. I pulled footage from the past few weeks. Travis had been over 13 times. Midday. Midnight. Even once while I was on a week-long training seminar. Not a fling. A routine. Leah had grown bolder. She stopped asking me about my day. Started hiding her phone. 3 months ago, she deleted our shared calendar. Said it was a syncing error. It wasn't. She was making sure I was always the last to know where she'd be. She'd started dressing differently too, designer heels, $400 bags. And I knew she wasn't making that kind of money selling suburban condos. But that night, I found something else. Something far worse. Leah had started using my office while I was gone. Files, folders, receipts cluttered the desk. In one stack, I found a tax document I didn't recognize. It had my name on it. KC Ventures LLC. I was listed as the sole owner. There was a signature at the bottom. Mine, except I'd never signed it. I read further $212,000 in reported income from flipping properties I'd never even heard of. I logged into our investment account. My military savings gone. Transferred into something called Emery Capital Holdings. No alerts. No emails. Because Leah had disabled two-factor authentication months ago using my login. That's when it hit me. This wasn't just cheating. They were setting me up. Saturday morning, I made one call. Marissa Vega. She and I served together in Bahrain. She was a cryptologic analyst, now working private sector in forensic finance. One of the smartest people I'd ever known. She picked up after 2 rings. You're in trouble, she said before I even spoke. Yeah, I replied. Deep. I sent her everything. Bank statements. The forged tax document. Screenshots of the account. She promised to call back within 2 hours. She kept her word. Derek, they're laundering money in your name. She found 5 shell companies tied to my SSN. 2 properties flipped under KC Ventures in Florida. Wire transfers traced straight to my investment accounts, the ones I'd set aside for retirement. Even worse, whoever set it up knew what they were doing. Device IDs forged. Login patterns mirrored. My own online behavior cloned. I wasn't just being framed for adultery. I was being prepped for federal fraud charges. Marissa went to work. She tapped the house's network, planted surveillance tools. Every login, every file Leah touched monitored. She didn't ask why I was still living in the house. She knew. I wanted them to feel safe, arrogant, careless. Because people slip when they think they've already won. For 2 weeks, I played the part. Silent, distant, staring at the TV with a bottle in hand. One night she walked in past midnight. "You should get help," she muttered. "You're not well." I didn't answer. That was the night she took the bait. Next morning, Marissa pinged me. Another $75,000 had moved. Same laptop. Same login. And that wasn't the best part. I had planted a motion-activated recorder under the desk, right where Leah made her late-night calls. 3 nights later, I got the audio. Her voice, crystal clear. "He's spiraling. I told him to get checked in somewhere, so we can file under mental incompetence and freeze the assets. His lawyer won't see it coming." Then Travis laughed. "Damn, you're cold." Her reply? "He chose secrets over me. Let's see how he handles losing everything." I backed it up 6 ways, uploaded to encrypted drives. Because I wasn't just going to defend myself. I was going to obliterate them, publicly. The court hearing came fast. Leah's lawyer, some arrogant jerk named Brandon Keyes, filed an emergency petition. Claimed I was unstable, volatile. They wanted full control of the house, all assets, even my pension. In court, Leah wore white, like some grieving widow of a man still alive. Brandon read off doctored bank records and forged tax forms like gospel. He became obsessed, she told the judge. I tried to protect us. The judge turned to me. "Mr. Warren? Anything to say?" I stood. Calm. "Not yet, Your Honor. I'll present everything at the final hearing. Fully documented." 3 weeks later, I gave her everything. Courtroom was packed. Brandon stood confidently, pushing for full asset transfer, restraining orders, you name it. I raised my hand. "Your Honor, I'd like to submit audio evidence directly related to this petition." She nodded. "Proceed." I pressed play. Leah's voice echoed through the courtroom. "We can file under mental incompetence. His lawyer won't even know what hit him." Laughter. "Travis. He chose secrets over me." The room froze. Brandon tried to stop it. Too late. Judge Clareman rose, face darkened. "Mrs. Warren, please stand." Leah rose, trembling. "All claims against your husband are dismissed. All shared assets revert to Mr. Warren. Your accounts are frozen pending federal investigation for fraud, identity theft, and perjury." The gavel came down like thunder. Leah collapsed into her seat. I walked out without a word. By that night, Travis was arrested at the airport with $30,000 in cash and 3 burner phones. Claimed he was flying to a real estate convention. FBI didn't buy it. Leah tried calling. Left 7 voicemails crying, blaming Travis, begging for forgiveness. I didn't answer. A week later, a local business journal ran a headline. "Broker caught in $300K fraud ring following courtroom bombshell." Her license was suspended. Clients fled. Every listing dropped. Life got quiet again. The house was mine. My accounts recovered. My name cleared. It didn't feel like revenge. It felt like relief. I fixed up the garage. Started sleeping again. Coffee on the porch each morning, same porch where they once laughed when they thought I was gone. Marissa and I stayed in touch. We launched a fund for veterans defrauded by spouses and business partners. Monthly workshops. Education. Prevention. Some of the guys ask me how I stayed so calm. I tell them the truth. When someone tries to rewrite your life story, you don't scream. You rewrite it back, with evidence, silence, and a kill shot when they least expect it. Leah tried to erase me. She forgot one thing. I wasn't the man she thought I was. I was the man who never stopped watching. And when the time came, I took everything back.